The traditional air-cooled Sportster XL family has been around since 1957, being born from Harley's Model K. Last week, the motor company finally announced that they will no longer be producing the Evolution-powered Sportsters. Goodbye, XL. Before we get into the how, why, and what happens next, let me ask you a question. When do you decide to quit something and move on? Even when something has been working so well for you for so long, you know you can't just keep doing the same thing over and over again, right? After all, to everything there is a season, and that big wheel in the sky just keeps on turning. As you may be lamenting about the passing of the traditional Sportster, allow me to also ask, how well did you know the family? Was it your first Harley? Do you ride a Sportster now? If you've ever ridden a Sportster, be sure to give me a thumbs up. And please let me know in the comments below. I truly like to hear what you have to say. And while you're there, answer this trivia question for me. What's the fastest, easiest way to tell a Sportster apart from another Harley? Like you see a highly customized bike, you know it's a Harley, but how do you know that it's a Sportster instead of, say, a Fat Boy? It seems sort of fitting that Queen Elizabeth II also passed away last week. A great lady who had been with us for many years with her quiet actions, perseverance, and stoic presence. My husband and I, plus our 2 kids, were stationed in Germany on September 11th, 2001. I remember the Queen having ordered the Royal Orchestra to play our American national anthem during the changing of the guards. Speech to our nation and New Yorkers shortly after. None of us should doubt the resilience and determination of this great and much loved city and its people. Her words gave me strength. Queen Elizabeth was a lady who usually knew what to do and when it was time to go. And even though she is incomparable with anything else, the Queen's passing is sort of similar to the passing of the Evolution Sportster. Both had incredible reigns, lots of power, and knew it was time to move on. Doing so allows a new era to begin. Let me just mention that if you are having a hard time moving on, perhaps you're unsure of which direction to go, I'd be happy to help. I'll work with you, and together we'll get you on the road to achieving those goals and completing those challenges. A reminder that I am a life coach and motorcycle mentor, and I'd be honored to work with you to reach your destination. Check out irishbobsister.com, and you can even take me for a free test ride. That's right, just click the 30-minute free trial. There's also my blog with plenty of tips and tricks. I'll put the link down below. Now back to the Sportster. As mentioned, the Sportster is an evolution of Harley's Model K, and that model introduced us to a hand clutch, foot shift, hydraulic front forks, and a rear swing arm with 2 shock absorbers, which made the ride a lot smoother. The main difference between the Model K and the Sportster was the engine, the heart of progress. The Model K had a 45 cubic inch flathead motor, while the sportier Sportster brought forth a 54 cubic inch ironhead motor. It was developed to compete with the British bikes of the day, BSA, Triumph, and Norton. Lightweight and clean lines not only made the Sportster easy to ride, but it also made it easy to customize, usually into choppers or bobbers. Between Evel Knievel and Happy Days with the Fonz, before he was forced to get on a Triumph, probably due to the negative light that bikers are put in, I fell in love with the little bike that could. Why in the world is Harley giving all of that up? Because fancy accessories and colorful paint will only get you so far. But the Enthusiast, Apex, and El Diablo are something to look at, because the Sportster S with the Revolution Max 1250 engine is a very big step up. Last year, Harley announced that they are putting the Sport back into Sportster, and that engine produces 121 horsepower with 94 foot-pounds of torque at 9,500 RPM. Compare that to the XL's engine with 76 foot-pounds of torque and a 6,000 redline limit. And because of the new Nightster that Harley announced last year, that bike has 95 horses at 7,500 RPM. It took some real work to get that kind of power out of the old 1200cc Evolution Sportster motor, never mind the 883 Progress. There's the frame. The old XL engine, surrounded by a steel frame, mounted with rubber mounts, had to pull against the frame in order to put together the power to the rear wheel. Two separate entities that were not working as one. In this new era of Sportster, the engine is part of the frame. All that power united together in one purpose. It's even faster and more nimble and will get you moving. There's also selectable ride modes, rider safety enhancements, 6-speed transmission, and more. In all transparency, I have yet to ride either the Sportster S or the Nightster, thanks to the rain delay that we had during FX Caprara's demo days. There are plenty of people who have, and the most trusted first ride and first tank reviews that I've found are over on Revzilla's Common Tread, and I'll put that link down below. And I have heard of the nose start and display issues that the new Sportsters are having. Harley is working hard to rectify those quickly and effectively, of course. With that news, why not ditch the new and go back to the old? Because that would be moving backwards, and there is no reverse on motorcycles. How quickly and easily we forget the difficult things we've had in the past. Would you like to go back to a kickstart motor rather than the easier push-button electric start? Having a Harley that literally starts with the push of a button is something I enjoy. How about the old drum brakes? Would you like those back on your bike? With brake shoes that would heat up and vaporize brake fluid. I like to go fast and I like to stop when I need to. Let's not forget about the ABS technology, which makes our rides even safer. Then there's the motor at the heart of progress. Had Bill Harley decided to stay with his original engine design instead of continue to improve and create, then we'd all be here riding around on barely 25 cubic inches of engine. I know I am very grateful for my 114 cubic inch Milwaukee 8 motor that is in my 2018 Heritage, and I don't think I'd be anywhere near as happy with 1/5 the power. Not to mention the fact that while I have great memories of my 2004 Dyna Super Glide, I do not miss the carburetor and choke on that motor, which was an 88 cubic inch twin cam. Have you ever ridden a rigid bike with a foot clutch and tank shift? I would love to, although I know that old bike would not be my everyday bike. I am way too comfortable with all the modern conveniences on my Heritage. Growing, improving, progress. They can be scary and all come with their own problems and challenges each and every time. But look at the alternative. Being stuck, stagnant, and suffocated by not moving forward, that's death. What do Blockbuster Video, Bed Bath & Beyond, and Sears all have in common? They did not continue to create and innovate. So I'll ask you again, at what point do you decide to quit and move on? As the Queen said in her speech after 9/11, grief is a price that we pay for love. I love the old XL Sportsters. You just think about leaning into a corner and the bike is there for you. However, I love my 2018 Heritage even more. Should the day come when Harley decides to discontinue the Softail family, I will of course be sad. And I will also be looking forward to what is next and new in the world of motorcycling. What does this mean for Evolution-powered Sportster owners? Harley will continue to make genuine parts, and you can get those bikes serviced at your local Harley dealership. What to do if you want a traditional XL Sportster like a 72, an Iron 883, or 1200T? Check out your local dealership. as well as the HD1 Marketplace, and find your next Harley. Search quality pre-owned inventory. There are thousands of quality HD certified and pre-owned bikes waiting for you. You can even request a test ride and discover your financing options by applying for credit online. Right now there's just the Sportster S and Nightster. Will there be more Sportster bikes in 2023? Short answer is, I don't know. The motor company is very tight-lipped about future models. However, they have promised that the Sportster S and Nightster are only the beginning of the HD Sport category. What about the 2023 model year bikes? Shouldn't they have been announced by now? That was the P2C way that Harley used to do things. They would announce the next model year in August of the current year. Late summer would have seen the MoCo hosting their annual dealer meeting to announce the next model year lineup. From year to year, they do it in different cities around the country. Boston, Las Vegas, San Diego. The last one that I attended was in Milwaukee, August of 2019. That was a party I won't forget. Right now, we don't even know what the 120th anniversary colors and logo will be, let alone what's happening with the bikes. They are probably gearing up the York plant right now to start producing the 2023 bikes in November. However, that has not been officially announced. That is only my speculation. More than likely, we won't know anything certain about what bikes and what the colors will be for 2023 until January of next year, except that the Evolution-powered Sportsters will not be among them. What we do know is that Harley-Davidson is already gearing up for the 120th anniversary celebration, and that will be taking place in Milwaukee in July of next year. The motor company will launch a Harley-Davidson Homecoming, an annual 4-day festival filled with food, music, and motor culture. The inaugural event will be held in Harley's hometown of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, July 13th through the 16th, 2023. Riders, enthusiasts, and fans from all around the world will gather for this unforgettable weekend. Reminder, the Road to Harley-Davidson Homecoming Challenge is your chance to win an epic grand prize trip for two to the 120th celebration. Time is running out though. It all ends midnight Eastern Time, September 30th. Go to h-d.com/ride to enter and for all the details. If you know for certain that you'll be going, you might want to reserve your room now because things seem to be booking up pretty fast already. I know I have. You can also check out visitmilwaukee.org for a list of hotels in the area. I'd also highly suggest that you check out the hotel's cancellation policy and maybe even get trip insurance. And while the old XL Sportster will not be part of the 2023 model year lineup, you can be pretty sure that Harley-Davidson will continue to promote motorcycling and all the fun and festivities that come along with it. And that's it for this week. Remember, if you've ever ridden a Sportster, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more MoCo news and how motorcycles can help to improve your life, then click that subscribe button. And if you want to be notified when I upload new videos every week, then be sure to click that bell. Until next time, guys, please be safe, be kind to one another, especially if they're stuck and not moving forward. Ride when you can and have fun.